Starting at the entrance to the Evergreen Cemetery, and in between the entrance to the National Cemetery, is generally my first stop when I get to Gettysburg. There is a very unused restroom here. I know it seems odd, but there is. It's worth looking into. And there you can see the National Cemetery entrance. Interesting tidbit, in the Evergreen Cemetery, I've gone on several tours, and one of them mentioned that these two graves are the only two Confederate States of America, so, Civil War time, these would have been Confederates. These are the only two that are buried in the Evergreen Cemetery. So, if you wish to locate them, towards the front of the cemetery, by the brick building that you come in, there is a path just past the monument to women serving, and you just follow the path down to where you get to a tree and a mausoleum, and they will be just to the right of it. Hopefully the tree will still be here, but you can use the mausoleum as a guiding point. And in reference to the Gettysburg Civil War Women's Memorial and the Elizabeth Mazer Thorne, I'll zoom in on that so you can kind of give that a quick read. You don't want to read that, so you can pause the video if you want. But it's a very interesting story about a very determined woman who helped out the Union soldiers and after the battle was over. And again, referencing, there is the pathway. It does say, do not enter, but that is only for cars. Mr. G's Ice Cream Shop is what you would consider an institution. Every trip I come here, I have to stop more than once. It is just that good, and I love my ice cream. Likewise, Hunt's Battlefield Fries is another little hole in the wall that surprisingly most people don't stop at. It is very eclectic, as you can see from the inside, very small, but great to eat at. Moving further uptown is the Rupp House. Now this is an attraction that is open to the public for free and is a interactive exhibit. So we're going to go in here and you're going to see each room depicts a specific time period.
We got federal troops on this side, southern troops on this side. They're shooting through the house at each other. The Rupps go down in the basement to hide, which is what most families did that didn't pack up and flee somewhere else. Henry Rupp is John's father. He lived 8 blocks down that way. He walks up here when there's a lull in the fighting. He comes through the Confederates' battle lines, comes in the house, gets the wife and 6 kids, goes out the door with them, goes through their battle lines the second time, and they make it to his house. And we have no idea how he did it. He never told anyone. This is the original house. This tree is right where you're standing. This building back here with the chimney is John's tannery. That was over
The front of the house is set up to depict what life was like before the battle, while the secondary room here is set up to show what life was like during the battle, including what I will be getting to a little later, which is a depiction of Mr. Rupp hiding in the basement with the original door, and it is full of bullets that were lodged in it during the crossfire during the fighting. The last room is set up to resemble what life was like after, pulling the pieces back together. This part of the exhibit hasn't aged as well as the rest, but here you can see all of the bullets lodged in there.
You know what some legislators are thinking today, like in this ridiculous state. Let's allow people to...
As I mentioned, this is a free and open exhibit, but you can choose to donate money for visiting, and you can choose to also become a friend of Gettysburg, which goes to help the preservation of the battlefield and other historical sites, much like the Rupp House around town. This is what I affectionately call the Circle of Doom. It is the exact center of town where 4 roads meet, and everything from tractor trailers to big camper vans come through here. It can be a little difficult to drive.
I'll show you a little picture of what it looks like when things are really, really bad. But the center of town, if you're walking up here, is well worth checking out because there are lots of things to see and do here. And in my case, eat. This is one of my favorite restaurants here. It is well worth the wait. It's always busy. Naturally, if you're going to come visit, you're going to want to stop at the museum and cyclorama. I will say, right here, you cannot take backpacks inside. Just know that up front, they will make you remove them. Here you have prices for offerings. I highly recommend the museum cyclorama tour because there is a short film, but the big thing is this. This is the cyclorama. It is a massive circular painting, and they give you like this little show where you can see they kind of project lights and do sounds. And I'm talking over this because you're really not supposed to film this, and it's also kind of a controversial topic, I guess. This is at the very end when the lights are on. They actually brought out the painting in like 3D scape. Like I remember coming here as a child when they were still working on building this and housing this painting, and I'd say they came a long way. Now in the museum itself, you can see there's plenty of things to check out. Not everything's going to be for everybody, but there are even little artifacts that you should really take the time to look at when you come here.